12. This is the 10th part of the economic reform. In my last video, I have started with the globalization policy of 1991 because that time I have said that economic reform (ER) was adopted by the central government in the year of 1991, and as a result, the structural changes took place in the Indian economy. Three major policies was adopted. What were those? First one, privatization. Second one, trade liberalization. I have already discussed and I have given the PDF also. Third policy I was discussing in my last video, that is the globalization policy. I am continuing with that. What is that globalization? Means India will be connected with all the countries who are taking part in the international trade. Okay? Means that what I have said that the WTO was established in the year of 1995. It acts as a forum of trade negotiation. And I have said also that each and every country who are willing to take part in the global market, or means in the international trade, they have to be the member of WTO. India being the member of WTO, India should also be connected with all the countries who are the member of WTO, isn't it? Yes. So means India should be allowed to have a relationship with rest of the countries, or better to say rest of the world who are taking part in the international trade. That's why that is called globalization. What is the impact? If India will fight with the other countries who are superior, maximum countries are superior, then India's market will be competitive and global. Everybody will know our country globally. It has a global status. Okay, she will earn the global status, global recognition. India will gain. If that is called globalization, you should be worldwide known. Clear? Understood? And one of the important aspects of the globalization to make the Indian market more competitive and global. Why? Because India has to fight with those countries who are better than India, but ahead in economic sense. What product they will produce, they will, in the foreign countries, they are allowed to sell it in the Indian market, because I have said that the government of India allowing the foreign companies to set up their business in our country because they need foreign investment. When the permission they have got, the foreign companies got permission in 34 private sector, means they were allowed to invest up to 51% in Indian companies. In electricity, they are allowed to invest 100%. They are allowed to invest their fund in the share market, bank and insurances. Means what? That Indian indigenous industry, they have to compete with the foreign industries. How means by improving their work standard. They know they are much better. Their products are much better than what the Indian man would. Keeping in mind this factor, all the industrialists, they will try to improve the quality of the product. As a result, Indian market will be very competitive. They are in the competition, and global means everybody will know what is India, what product they are importing throughout the world, importing what product they are exporting throughout the world, what is the economic condition of the country, what is the value of the rupee, of rupee means Indian currency in the world market. Okay, so what are the advantages, or what are the, better to say, what are the elements, not advantages, what are the features or the elements of the globalization? First one, partial convertibility of rupee. What is means? It has been said that exchange rate will be determined by the market demand and supply. We know that dollar is recognized as what? Dollar is recognized as liberalization. Next one, expansion of trade. This will be expansion of, I have ignored, foreign industries. Very important elements. Means globalization policy of India allowing or they are allowing the foreign investments in India. How I have said the foreign countries are allowed to invest their funds in the different economic sector. It may be insurance, it may be bank, it may be in Indian companies, it may be in the share market. So expansion of the foreign industries were one of the important move of globalization. Here we can take the name of MNC, multinational company, and BPOs, business processing output. This type of foreign branches have been set up after globalization. Okay, long-term trade policy. It is a very important task. Long-term trade policy means that in order to make the globalization policy effective, the government had introduced the long-term trade policy covering 5 years. This policy will be made between Indian government and the foreign countries. What? That Indian government had made a long-term trade policy between India and the foreign currency. Under this policy, the restriction control on the foreign trade has been gradually reduced. So, it is a 5-year plan. If through this policy, Indian government will slowly or gradually remove all the restrictions which had been imposed on the foreign companies or the foreign product at the time of importing it into our country. Okay, understood. Except few exception, any good can be imported. Very important. Previously, Indian government there was this chapter was not there. That is the quota and tariff. What is it? Previously, there was a quota system. Quota system means Indian importer were not allowed to import all the products. Moreover, if they are allowed, there is a quantity restriction. That is called quota. But what Indian government, as per the new policy, the products which are not being allowed to be imported, or if it will be imported in a restricted manner through quota system, that should be removed. Most of the products should be imported in our country according to the need of the country, and most of the product can be exported. Okay, understood. India governments become very liberal towards the international trade, because I said already that India was on the debt trap. India needs money badly, and in order to overcome the situation in whatever way it was possible, Indian government was trying to do it. Okay, understood, because economic situation was very severe, very grave. So, long-term trade policy and another very important influx of foreign capital. Influx means inflow of foreign capital. Due to another important element of the globalization policy, that Indian government should earn foreign revenue. Okay? Expanding what? Exports. If the Indian government will export the periphery, will expand the periphery of export, then Indian government can earn foreign money. Yes or no? Okay, but if Indian government would try to expand their volume of export in the same time, they will also allow the other country to import the product, isn't it? If you will not allow the other country to do the business in Indian market, they will also not allow India to do the business in their country. So there is a wide policy relating to import and export adopted or initiated by Indian government, so that Indian government will be benefited by earning foreign money. Also, Indian government was to very much liberal towards the foreign trade policy. They are also allowing the foreigners or foreign countries to set up their branches in Indian market. This is also one type of investment, foreign capital investment, so that the foreign capital investment will be more. Clear? Understood? I am completing my video here. In the next video, I will teach you or I will tell you about the merits and demerits of